Want me to make it all make sense? There's more than one account of creation in the book of Genesis. The original creation of the Elohim, plural, is depicted in Genesis 1, where we are created to be like them in our perfected divine masculine and feminine energies. Genesis 1:2-6, and God said, "Let us make man according to our image and likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the flying creatures of heaven, and over the cattle and all the earth, and over all the reptiles that creep on the earth." Genesis 1:2-7, and God made man according to the image of God. He made him male and female. He made them. But then, when you get into Genesis 2, you can see that there's a second creation account. You can see that in Genesis 1, the Elohim creates heaven and earth and man perfectly. In Genesis 2:5, you see that earth did not have man to cultivate it. And where are the cattle and the reptiles that we were already given dominion over in Genesis 1? This is a whole new creation account, you guys. So we then presume that man, already perfectly created by the Elohim, must still be residing in heaven together as divine masculine and feminine energy in Genesis 1. In the New Testament, Jesus even says that there will be no marriage in heaven because we will be like the angels, male and female, united and whole in our divine feminine and masculine energies. But then Yahweh, which is earth, matter, flesh, ego, creates Adam man from the dust of the earth, Genesis 2:7, and he separates Eve, woman, which represents your intuition and emotion, which Yahweh then creates from Adam man, which represents your intellect and knowledge. Do you see that? Intuition and intellect separated by the ego in order to not work together in unison. Division rather than unity. You need your intuition and intellect balanced and working together in harmony. That unison of your intellect and intuition working together creates wisdom, Sophia. Do you see the Trinity at play here? The whole family unit? Intellect, Adam, man, Father, just spirit, Christ consciousness. Jesus even said, "The same words I spoke are the words of the Spirit of the Father." John 14:10, Father, Spirit. Plus intuition, Eve, mother, which is matter, earth, Yahweh, equals wisdom, Christ, child, the living, animated pistis Sophia. Combining of knowledge and intellect, plus experience and intuition, equals wisdom, pleroma. What is pleroma? Well, in Greek, it literally means fullness, and it generally refers to the totality of divine powers. Fullness, you guys. Pleroma is the fullness of masculine and feminine principles. The fullness from which we came, reconciled into the fullness here now. This is the marriage of the bride, which is earth, and the bridegroom, spirit, which creates the fullness of the child, wisdom. It's balancing and reconciling the two. They have to be balanced before they can be reconciled. If your intellect overruns the show, it becomes unhealthy narcissism, which is too much control, taking. If your intuition overruns the show, it becomes unhealthy empathy, just too much giving and subservience. It's a lack of boundaries. In the physical realm, when these energies are imbalanced, they manifest as personality disorders, or rather, personal reality disorders, known as narcissistic personality disorder and borderline personality disorder. So you see, the second creation account is done by the flesh or the ego, and it's a perverted distortion of the already perfect masculine and feminine energies created in heaven by the Elohim as depicted in Genesis 1-7. Ripping us apart spiritually, our masculine and feminine, to be without each other physically, our inner separation with self and with source, and being in an imbalance internally will create imbalances in our external relationships as well. The ego, ego, edges God out and perpetuates the division within and without. As within, so without. Why do you think everyone's always searching for the love of their lives or their other half? It's the separation they're experiencing within. It's creating the perceived separation without. We are the Lucifers that fell from our first estate. We decided to jump to earth, to fall, into material matter, which is hell, for age-abiding chastisement. We knew that the refinement of trials and tribulations through hell, the earth realm, would help us grow fuller into love, Christ consciousness. James 1:12 even says, "Blessed is the man who remains steadfast under trial, for when he has stood the test, he will receive the crown of life, which God has promised to those who love him." It's only in the contrast of duality that we can see. But what is it that you see? What is it that you want to create? Are you creating heaven, or are you creating hell? As we heal our distorted masculine and distorted feminine energies within ourselves and come into wholeness spiritually, all comes into union physically. Once enough of us reach Christ consciousness individually as a collective, then Christ, love, will manifest outwardly in the physical realm as well, creating heaven on earth as we shift from 3D to 5D frequencies. This is the marriage of the bride, mother, matter, ego, to the bridegroom, Father Spirit, on earth as it is in heaven. Awaken to who you are. Remember as the body comes together as one, all, in all, through all. I love you. God loves you. I hope that made sense. Be blessed.